In the winter season of 1990, while conducting archaeological evidence work in the Peace Forest just underneath the Haas promenade, known in Hebrew as the tayelet, workers stumbled upon a burial cave. This cave comprised 4 holes, called loculi, rectangle-shaped areas about 6 feet deep and 1.5 feet wide, cut into the limestone bedrock. Given that many burial places have been found in the Kidron and Ben Hinnom valleys around the old city, it wasn't really a surprise to find this burial cavern. Inside the cave, 12 ossuaries were discovered. 6 were scattered about, suggesting that the cave had been robbed in antiquity, but 6 remained in their original places. Zvi Greenhut, the IAA archaeologist called to the site, recognized it as a Jewish burial cave from the Second Temple period. At this time, burial for those who could afford a family tomb involved laying the body out in a recess, chiselled in the wall of the cavern, and then sealing it off. A year later, after the flesh had decomposed, the family members returned, opened the loculus and gathered up the bones, transferring them into a cavern with earlier bones. This practice explains the expression in the Bible to be gathered up with his forefathers and why it is customary to revisit the grave after a year. Later, it became customary to place the bones in a unique limestone box and to write the name of the deceased on the outside. This coincided with the rise in belief of a physical resurrection at the end of days. From the name written on 2 of the ossuaries, the cave appears to be the family burial place of Caiaphas, in Greek Caiaphas, a name familiar to us from the New Testament and the writings of Josephus, among whom was the high priest who presided at the trial of Jesus. Among these ossuaries, one is decorated wonderfully in a rare and complex pattern of 2 circles, each made up of 6 whorl rosettes, surrounded by a pattern of palm branches. Inside were found bones from 6 different people, 2 infants, a child between 2 and 5, a young kid around 13 and 18, an adult woman and a male of about 60. On the undecorated end is inscribed Joseph bar Caiaphas, not necessarily meaning the son of here. Caiaphas is a nickname which ended up being a sort of family name. A coin found among the ossuaries was minted by Herod Agrippa between 37 and 44 CE. This would help us date the 2 Caiaphas ossuaries, possibly as early as the start of the century. The archaeological evidence suggests that we may have recovered the burial box or ossuary, and even the bones of the high priest Caiaphas who handed Jesus over to the Romans.